haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it.
Spoil it in your face.
That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. Woo-hoo. Woo-hoo.
Movie news, that's what we got for you. Movie news and trailer reactions. I'm Eddie Collins.
This is Justin Brown, and it's movie news.
That's right, from Media and Popcorn. Sponsored by. I just had to pray for it.
Nigga, you could have said anything. You could have said anything. Anything you would have said would have been right. Anything. You would have came up with any little thing and it would have worked. And you shit the bed, Brandon. You shit
What
the
if
bed.
I did that for the comedy?
What?
What if I just I said I played for the comedy?
No.
Okay.
No, it was the look on your face. It told it all. The whole story was all over your face. You could have literally said anything.
Sponsored by Jimmy John.
Jersey Mike's.
I would fucking end the show if we got sponsored by Jersey Mike's. I would never compromise the integrity of the show.
Oh, God.
But folks, yeah, we're talking about some new movie news and trailer reactions. Lots of stuff has happened since we last did one of these. And folks, again, let us know what you think of these episodes, because, you know, we can keep doing them. We can do them more regularly, or we can not do them at all and just do a regular movie review. Let us know at speakpipe.com/medium popcorn, or you can let us know on social media, Medium P Podcast, and all the social media platforms. Let us know what you think about these movie news and trailer reaction episodes. So I Know What You Did Last Summer is officially being rebooted.
Yeah.
With a summer 2025 release date by it's going to be directed by Jennifer Caitlin Robinson, who will be directing the sequel from a screenplay she co-wrote with Sam Lansky. And apparently Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are in talks to reprise their roles from their 1997 original hit, July 18th, 2025.
So how excited are you?
Not really. I mean, it's never been the biggest.
I was about to say.
It's, you know what it is? Like, the movies are fine. The second one's god awful. I still know what to do last one, but the first one's fine. It's just that that was like a time capsule.
Yes.
It was very much like these teen heartthrobs of the 90s just made it kind of work. I don't know if you can replicate that.
Gotcha. I feel you.
And they already tried to do a series on Amazon. Apparently it was not good. So I don't know.
I don't know.
But what movie news popped on your radar, Justin?
Oh, baby, you know what it is. Roadhouse 2.
Oh, God.
That's right, guys. The sequel to the Jake Gyllenhaal hit movie with Conor McGregor. I say that and I'm being facetious. It's getting a sequel.
I'm surprised, but at the same time, should I be?
I knew it was gonna happen.
Because I feel like we didn't talk about it, though, because we just assumed, like the original Roadhouse, this ain't gonna get a sequel. But we should have known these greedy studio people are like, there's more adventures to be had with Dalton.
Yeah.
He can't get into a second situation like this.
Yeah, because at that point he's a vigilante. He goes to prison. He goes to prison for all of these things.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
It's nuts.
But not nearly as crazy as The Office getting an official greenlit spinoff. Peacock has officially ordered the untitled Greg Daniels comedy mockumentary series set in the same universe as The Office. Domhnall Gleeson from Ex Machina and Sabrina Picartu from The White Lotus, mind you, that's the Italian one, will lead the ensemble cast of the show, which is set to begin production in July. And apparently it's supposed to be a dying historic Midwestern newspaper, and the publisher trying to revive it with volunteer reporters. Now, here's the thing. How is it going to be this Midwestern newspaper? They can't be the person that runs it then, right? Because that'd be weird to have two non-American people running a Midwestern, unless that's the joke.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know.
They're taking our jabs.
Yeah, that'd be such a lazy storyline to have. But who knows? I honestly, I watch The Office occasionally now. I think NBC really fucked up by taking that stuff off of Netflix.
I mean,
I used to watch The Office all the time when it was on Netflix. I have Peacock now. I barely watch The Office.
Yep.
It's weird how much it changed.
Mistakes were made.
So for me, because The Office is such a another time capsule. I don't know if you can replicate that magic, let alone with the two leads that they just booked who are not necessarily connected with comedy, at least in the American audience's eyes.
Mm.
But what else came up on your radar?
So speaking of spinoffs, Nick Cage is once again going to play Spider-Man Noir in a live action series on MGM Plus and Amazon Prime Video. Brandon,
Do you think it's actually going to get made though?
I think it will.
Okay.
I think it will because it was so quirky that this character, and everybody was just like, that's just so random and like funny and fun. I think that well, if Nicolas Cage, if his schedule permits it, you know what I'm saying, which he's already signed on to do it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he cashed that check already.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the money's gone.
So I mean, this is Marvel money. Yeah. This is as close as he's getting to Marvel. So like,
I made him sound like Macho Man Randy Savage.
No, I went more Nicolas Cage from Face Off.
Well, kind of. You just went Christopher Walken when you the I.
Oh yeah. Actually, that was almost a little Keanu Reeves.
Yeah,
but Nicolas Cage and Keanu Reeves kind of do sort of the same things.
Don't do that.
No, like early Keanu.
Early Keanu, I don't know what the fuck he was doing some of the times between Dracula.
Brandon, am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Oh God, that was being on set again for hours on end. It must have been god awful to be on set for so many hours doing makeup, set design, getting things just right, especially for a psychopath like Francis Ford Coppola. And you're like, and then you have to act against Keanu, like, oh, Dracula. You're like, what the fuck are we doing?
Dracula.
Well, I don't know what that is.
No, because back in the day, Keanu used to have that head thing. It's like he did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and then he became that character for like 4 movies afterwards.
Yeah, he definitely. I don't know. I don't want to say he didn't have an acting coach, but
no, he didn't have an acting range at that point.
Yeah, and if he had an acting coach, I hope he fired him.
Mm-hmm.
On my end, speaking of needing acting coaches, Tyrese recently talked about his experience in the Morbius films, and when asked by a comic book review, CBR, about the Marvel role, which he once believed had earned Martin Scorsese's approval in a now infamous meme, expresses disappointment when it came to seeing his performance on the screen because it left a lot on the cutting room floor. I don't know, man. I'm waiting on the call. Tyrese said of a possible sequel. I'd be honored to dance with the crew and Jared Leto. Yeah, I'd love that. It's like, I don't know. The arm was in the trailer, and I definitely had the thing on for at least 2 to 3 hours in the makeup trailer. So I don't know. It felt like it went from this is what we're going to do to some type of issues they had in post production, something.
And then they worked
I don't know
the whole thing out.
Yeah, you said he had a fight scene with Matt Smith, and he said I definitely asked some questions. It wasn't chopped because of the running time. I'm like, bro, if you got to ask questions, and they're not giving you clear answers. It's you.
It's you.
It's definitely you.
It's you. They were just like, oh, this nigga sucks.
Yep.
So speaking of editing or unfinished product, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is actually going to be releasing raw unedited version of the film. So you're going to see it without the CGI and things like that. So you'll see the actors actually playing the motion capture of the monkeys and shit like that, which is very interesting and cool.
I think it's a good move, especially when it comes to awards. I think that's a way that they can visual effects already gets Oscar nominations. I think they have a really good chance of winning. Before our screening, they actually showed us some of that footage.
Nice.
Like, so they showed us the dude that plays Proximus Prime and stuff like, and they showed us like in the mocap and like how they moved and stuff like that. It was awesome.
No,
so I've seen a whole movie like that. I can definitely dig that.
I saw actually those guys on like a morning show.
Yeah, they were moving around, right? That shit was wild.
Like, yeah, really dope.
Andy Serkis apparently like coached all of them.
Man, I like honestly though, I really feel like I would love to do like one of those motion caps like Planet Apes. and like, because I actually think I'm actually pretty good at that. Those, this doesn't sound kind of racist, coming even from my mouth, but like, walking like a monkey. No, because like, I've
Yeah.
done, different sketches and things like that. And I remember doing one, it was based off a Toy Story,
Mm.
but it was like a Caesar toy, and it happened to be in the room with all the other Toy Story stores,
Okay.
and he's giving like this speech, emboldened speech to all the toys. It's just like, we're gonna take on the humans or whatever. It's like, oh no, Andy's coming, and then I like fall to the ground as a toy, and like get up. It's like, oh, false alarm. Like I did that for an audition for UCB, killed it. So I killed it with that thing, but yeah, like, and like, so I was workshopping that, with a few friends. It was just like, that fucking gorilla thing, like the movements is actually really good. I was like, God, man, I'm on to something. But like, how do you get in that groove of playing a monkey?
Well, I don't know because they had a lot of unknown actors, so
Yeah.
yeah, you got to fire your agent.
Yes, of course. That Asian I ain't got.
You didn't have to say it like that, man. Put a little sauce on it or something. Uh, Speaking of people that clearly have agents that are working, Paul Walter Hauser's getting booked like crazy. Recently joining Paramount's new Naked Gun movie as Captain Ed. In addition, he's also going to be joining the Fantastic Four in an unknown role. A lot of people think it's going to be Mole Man. I don't know why. I mean, Mole Man, I guess, was in the first issue of Fantastic Four. I don't see why you would bring Mole Man in when it could possibly look very, very similar to the closing the closing of Incredibles 1 and the opening of Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah.
No, that's just my thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Fair.
Speaking of Fantastic Four, Natasha Lyonne is joining the cast. Now, have you
That's gonna
seen?
be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
Poker Face is great. I know you're about to say it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Poker Face is great.
So
Great
good,
show.
right?
Yeah, really
I
good.
can't wait for next season.
Yeah.
Because they brought like some actors out where I was like, I've forgotten about you. And they also gave them some really good stuff. Like Little Rel's episode was really good.
Yeah.
They had my favorite episode might be the one with Tim Meadow. That
Yeah.
was a great
Yeah.
episode. And folks, Tim Meadow was awesome in Poker Face.
Yep.
Like they gave him some cool stuff to do. I was actually really, really impressed with that show.
Speaking of cool shit, Donnie Yen set the star in the John Wick,
John Wayne.
John Wayne Vic.
John Wayne Vic.
I said Vic.
Oh, okay.
The John Wick Kane spinoff movie. So his character from John Wick 4.
I mean, we kind of knew that.
Yeah.
We were like, that'd be stupid not to do that.
Yes.
But it's glad that it's like officially happening and like if they're doing the John Wick universe, that makes the most sense. Now, I'm really curious to see what happens with this ballerina movie, the Ana de Armas spinoff.
Yeah.
Because that should be coming out soon. And supposedly they are trying to make a John Wick 5 happen.
Yes.
Which there's a way where I could believe if they really make it clear that John Wick did fake his death.
Yeah.
It's very plausible. It's not outside the realm that I thought when I initially saw John Wick 4. Now I'm like, no, I can see him like the only way I can find peace is really if people think I'm dead.
Yeah. I mean, that would make absolutely total sense.
Yeah, and then he just like goes undercover like Denzel and Equalizer, where like he's just in the middle of fucking nowhere working at a Home Depot.
This person kicked a dog. I have to kill them all.
What's going on? I don't know what that's so fucking weird. The way you do that, I don't like it. I don't like it. But you know what I do like? Since we were previously talking about Marvel movies, Giancarlo Esposito says he has joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but won't name the character. Yeah. This is according to Empire Online. He says he's in.
So, question is he a hero or a villain? I think he's a villain.
Yes. I
think possible he could be playing Doctor Doom.
So John Malkovich recently got cast in Fantastic Four's undisclosed role as well. And a lot of people think that it's possible Doom for him as well. For me, I don't think you go that old. Like, no offense to these great actors, fantastic actors. You'd be blessed to have either one of them in like an iconic villain role in an MCU like Doctor Doom. But I think given the cast, even though like Pedro's in his 40s and stuff, it's a little older. But I think you just don't get the longevity you would expect to get out of a Doctor Doom if you commit to an older actor like that.
True.
You're getting great quality, but in regards to continuity, which is a very big issue right now, I don't know if you had your bets on that. I think I know a lot of people were saying Coleman to take over Kang. I think he's Kang. I think you get so many you get a great actor like him and you get him to play dozens of versions of
Okay, so
himself
hold on.
and you get him for 2 big movies. I think that could work out well
So
for
you're
everybody.
thinking that they're going to reprise Kang the Conqueror, and then Doctor Doom, they're going to sort of hold that off for later down the line.
I think you have to. I think that's been the biggest issue with Doctor Doom in the past too. I remember Mike Lawrence, a comic who I'm trying to get on this podcast, great writer, years ago. Like it was, I think it was right after the Michael B. Jordan one came out, the Michael B. Jordan Fantastic Four came out. He's like, I don't understand what these people keep doing Doctor Doom like this. He's like, honestly, he's like the most badass Marvel villain ever.
Yeah.
Like he has this fucking crazy island. He's able to pretty much defeat any like superhero with his powers. It's like they just don't do him right. Maybe they're scared because he's that powerful and that cool. And I'm like, oh, like once he told me that, and I did my own digging into the Victor Von Doom character. I'm like, yeah, that's like that's even bigger than Thanos in some ways.
Yeah, so maybe it's like they need to hold off to keep.
Or you need to get someone. You need to get someone young enough that can commit to that.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that they have cast that Doctor Doom.
Well, I mean, I heard Vigo Mortensen, and like, there's a ton of people that have been rumored for it, but like, I don't know.
I think you go younger. I think you go like 30s. You get someone in their 30s.
So the other option for Juan Carlo Esposito is actually like someone in the X-Men, a la Professor X and things like that.
But again, how old was Patrick Stewart? Well, how old is Giancarlo?
He's probably about like
late 50s,
50,
right?
Yeah, late 50s. Patrick Stewart was probably about like 60 when he picked up that role.
He's 66, dude.
Who, Patrick Stewart?
No, Juan Carlo.
66. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they
But at the same time, those characters are supposed to be older.
I get it. I think there's a way to do a middle between a John was it Paul McAvoy? John McAvoy, who played Professor X in First Class, and Patrick Stewart. I think you go in the middle, late 30s, early 40s.
They because the whole talk right now is that most likely they're going to do Secret Wars and all things like that, and eventually they're going to reset everything. They could bring him in as Professor X, for now Professor X for like the first X-Men films that come out, and then after that everything resets.
Yeah,
but then so like as far as villains and all that stuff, Doctor Doom still survives.
Okay.
The reset, because he's actually the one who like restarts the multiverse or the universe or whatever.
Yeah.
So therefore, Doctor Doom stays, like your main bad stays, and then you have a whole new cast or some cast of heroes get to then reprise those roles. So I think they're gonna swan song X-Men and then come back with them, for the next iteration of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I think you might be overthinking this because that what the MCU needs to do right now is streamline everything.
Well, that's what they said they're going to do.
But I think setting up like actors to then replace them a few years later with a different iteration of that character, I think that's just going to be too much. The audience has shown with their wallets, they're not really feeling this multiverse stuff. So I think that they have to course correct and figure out either what's a way that we make this so easy to follow, like that it's like, okay, I don't have to put that much effort into knowing what's going on, or we kind of deviate from this now. I definitely think from what I've heard, like on various podcasts about the industry and stuff like that, Disney got all the fucking feedback and flags, and now they're trying to court square like a motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did say that they're going to be cutting out a lot of the Disney shows. They're going to be kind of tapering down to like maybe 2 to 3 projects per year.
Yeah.
Like as far as like big theatrical releases and then like TV shows, stuff like that. I know we're gonna do a whole episode about X-Men 97, but everything going on with that. And then like, there's talks about they're probably gonna do a Spider-Man 98
Oh, wow.
show. So like there's a bunch of things that I think are gonna be coming down the pike a little later on. But
Weren't they supposed to do a Spider-Man first class or freshman year cartoon? I think it got canceled. Yeah.
I mean, I think that like at this point, you don't need it. But if you're gonna do a continuation of the old Spider-Man series that never really got a fitting conclusion to it, I'm down with that. But like now there's gonna be a lot of crossover between X-Men 97 and some of the things happening in Spider-Man 98 because of the main things going on in the world, because those are shared, that's a shared universe. So, now we're looking at something where now the one thing, like I hope that they're not going to cross over the X-Men 97 universe with the MCU. I think they're going to stay away from that.
Yeah.
And they're going to keep that separate, and they're going to have an animated universe. So like the animated universe, you'll see more of like the crazy crossover shit happen because it's cartoons. It's kind of and all that lore is kind of built in, from the previous, 5-6 seasons of these older cartoons.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, the only thing with all this stuff about Fantastic Four and like Marvel is that, so after Ralph Ineson has been cast as Galactus, Galacticus, he's been on,
Galactus.
yeah, he's been on The Witch, Game of Thrones. Apparently, does he was in the first Omen, and there's another video game series that he does like a voice that everyone was Final Fantasy maybe that everyone was like telling me about. I'm like, okay, sure. But yeah, he's been cast as pretty much the main villain, it sounds like, for Fantastic Four. Apparently, this is like a big robot dude though who consumes planets. So it's probably gonna most likely be a CGI voice. But yeah, apparently that's a really big villain in the MCU. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they fit him into one movie, or there's a plan for a bigger story arc for this villain. But a lot of folks were happy with the voice choice. They're like, oh yeah, he's got a great voice. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But it is disappointing to hear Kevin Feige and Bob Iger say, "Hey, I think we overdid it with the diversity, quote unquote, woke stuff." And Fantastic Four went from being what I thought was going to probably be a very diverse cast to 95% white.
Yeah.
And Pedro Pascal is very white presenting as a Latino.
Yeah.
So it's easy for him, like for folks in Middle America, not to know anything and be like, "Oh, he's a white guy." And so that's the only thing that's a bit bothersome about this, and not knowing when we're getting a Shang-Chi sequel or some of the other stuff. Ironheart's got pushed to 2025. It's like they filmed that like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it's just frustrating. That's all.
Well, I think the whole thing with Ironheart is like, and like some of the things that's already been filmed, is where does that fit in with everything that's supposed to come after that? So it's like they kind of have to put that off for the time being while they figure out, like how are we pivoting with everything else. Now speaking, let's do a quick pivot to the world of golf with Happy Gilmore 2 coming out. It's happening.
Yep.
Netflix confirms it, so it's going to be a straight to Netflix film. Actually, I saw it was a Nick Swartzen. Oh, I'm like,
Probably.
yeah, like he actually posted something on Instagram about it. He's just like, sorry guys, I didn't realize I wasn't allowed to post
Drew
it.
Barrymore's the one that leaked it.
Yes.
That where it became mainstream. She said that she got confirmation directly from Adam Sandler about it.
But so he posted like, yeah, and he's doing a role in it, but then he deleted it, and then eventually once it was okay, then he posted it. But not too long after, he's just like, it's happening. There's been talks about like, or maybe I don't know if it's talks or it's just fan casting. They'd like to see Chubb's son. Obviously, Chubbs was played by the late great Carl Weathers. Is actually played by Tiger Woods, which would be very interesting.
That would be terrible because
like that'd be very interesting.
Yeah, I already like a lot of people are excited about this news. I'm not because all the recent legacy sequels have been god awful. Dumb and Dumber 2, Anchorman 2, Zoolander 2. Like, be careful what you wish for. This could be garbage.
Yeah. I mean, Yes, I mean, but you also had Top Gun. You also had Top Gun, baby.
Oh, so you're saying,
Coming to America 2 is also a
oh
huge flop.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's not, the track record's not great.
Well, I would say the track record is not great, especially for comedies.
Also, you know who they could easily get in to play his son, who doesn't golf though? They get Chris Rock.
That's true.
You just be like, hey, Chris, come do this Happy Gilmore 2 with me.
It's like, you know my dad.
That's all he has to do is be like, you killed my dad. It's, in fact, I would make him the bad guy.
Yeah.
With a vendetta gets, oh, that'd be hilarious, actually.
Who puts an alligator in the coffin?
That seemed like a very racist Gilbert Gottfried or the Chris Rock. That was scary. But speaking of SNL and people who want to be Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg, damn, that was unnecessary. But he's set to star in a comedy feature from the directing team known as Radio Silence. They're jumping into radio for this film called The Robots Go Crazy with Amazon MGM Studios. So the Radio Silence team that recently did Abigail are jumping ship from Universal. I mean, I think they only maybe had one movie with them or something. But yeah, Abigail is interesting because like it's one of those weird release window things where I saw in the theater and then 3 weeks later I see that on video on demand. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are y'all doing this to yourselves?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But it's gonna be interesting to see the Radio Sounds team in comedy. Unless, maybe so the screenwriter also works on scripts like Shang-Chi and The Legend of Ten Rings and Just Mercy, which are Just Mercy's a legal drama, and Shang-Chi had some dramatic moments in the action, superhero film. So maybe it's not full straight comedy. Maybe it's more like a more fucked up Palm Springs. Because I actually thought Andy Samberg was good in that. Did you see Palm Springs? It's on the list. We're gonna eventually get to it on the podcast.
No, I haven't seen it.
He's actually pretty solid in it. It's kind of a fucking, it's a weird ass Groundhog Day.
Okay.
Stuff. But I'm curious to see what happens with Radio Silence getting into comedy, like straight comedy. Like some of their movies have had comedic elements, but to be honest, I would say it's not their strongest suit, unless they go like incredibly dark comedy. That could work. Because Ready or Not is a pretty fucking twisted comedy, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Like, because the family is so fucking crazy, you're just like laughing, and you're like, "This is nuts."
Yeah, like, but they killing people.
But Abigail was kind of corny comedy at times.
Was that
Abigail, the movie that just came out?
Yeah,
some of the motor I was like, you could have done better.
Yeah.
That could have been better, but we'll see.
So something I definitely want to see. Monkey Paw Productions.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
coming out with a film called Him, and it's actually starring Marlon Wayans.
Yep.
So apparently the movie follows a promising young football player who's invited to train at an isolated compound of a dynasty team's aging QB1. Now, Marlon Wayans is actually going to play the legendary quarterback and a former college athlete, Tariq Withers from The Game and Tell Me Lies, plays his protege. So it's now the downside of this movie stars Julia Fox as well. But
hey, she wasn't Uncut Gems. She didn't destroy it. So
no, she wasn't bad, but she's just everything after that.
There's a lot.
She sucks as a person.
Yeah, she's kind of crazy.
So I mean, it's something interesting. I'm kind of interested to see if it's gonna be a thing. He's like, kind of a different take on fucking, oh my god, blah 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 blah, the first movie that Monkey Paw did. Shit, why am I
Get Out?
Yeah, Get Out, where he's kind of trying to take take these kids skills to give him longevity in his career, because like that's the first thing that comes to mind for a film like this. But like, who knows?
I'm just gonna sit back and relax, because Marlon Wayans, I think, it's been a long time coming since people could really see what he could do dramatically.
Yes.
And I think that this is I think this could be a really special project.
It could.
I think it could. I'm rooting for it. I'm hoping for the best for it. Because I want like that kind of creative team. I want them to win.
Yes.
Like, that's awesome. Same thing with like Ryan Coogler and his production, with Warner Brothers and Michael B. Jordan, what they do in New Orleans. They just recently added a bunch of new cast members and stuff, and they're just stacking that up. And I just want them to be successful. I want Jordan Peele's doing a documentary about like black cowboys and
Yeah.
stuff. Like they're telling stories that are like representative of something that's not mainstream, that's not the usual shit. And that's what we need more of. That's what audiences are saying they want more of.
Yep.
And just because it's Jordan Peele talking about black cowboys doesn't mean that just anyone might want to watch that shit.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't mean it's like it's a black
Yeah.
movie. It's just like, it's also the fact is it's like, hey guys, black cowboys, like that's a thing. And
Yeah.
a lot of them were actually out there, and the white cowboys weren't necessarily a thing.
Yeah.
Because who do you think was tending to those fucking horses out in those fields and things like that, and wrangling cattle,
Yep.
back in the day? But you put two and two together, it kind of makes complete and total sense.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of, just, complete and total sense or nonsense. No, you season 5,
The final season, right?
This is final season.
Joe's
It's
gotta go.
happening.
He's fucking. This is crazy, dude.
Actually, you know what? That's a great like you season 5. Joe's gotta go.
I mean, it's so like last season it got nuts.
Yeah, it did.
Last season, like after a really strong third season, last season was fucking crazy. I mean, and he would, of course, he would marry like one of the richest people in the world so he could get everything erased from his record and return to New York. But that's just, I don't know where it goes from here. That's the only exciting part about like where they ended.
Well, I mean,
right? Because
he's in like France and whatever.
Well, I thought they went back to New York at the end. Remember, she's like her dad's able to get everything wiped out.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because
because Greg Kinnear is the dad. He's like really powerful, but also like incredibly shady or some shit. And then she knows everything.
Yeah.
And he knows everything about her because she's fucking crazy too, or whatever. I'm just like, but then Joe's got like split personalities now. It's getting messy. So I'm glad they're wrapping it up.
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, it's been a pretty cool.
You think we're gonna see? You think we're gonna see Tatiana Gabriel again?
I hope so.
See her again. Best eyebrows in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Best eyebrows in the game.
Smoke show.
Speaking of because Phoebe Waller-Bridge actually reminds me of the British chick from You season 4, like the new girl. So she has a Tomb Raider series that scored a full pickup at Amazon Prime. She's writing the script for the project as part of her overall deal with the streamer, which it's good that they're getting something out of that because I think they paid her like mad money and she is yet to produce it. She was supposed to do that Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing with Donald Glover. She dropped out of that. So I don't know if that was part of the deal or his deal. But yeah, they're doing another adaptation of the video game. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes. She's definitely not gonna be Laura Croft, though. No offense to her, but yeah, Laura Croft. There's a certain expectation that comes with her, even though the recent movie, they didn't emphasize a lot of the stuff that drives the fanboys to the movie.
Yes.
So I think there's a good medium there. Yeah, just don't cast Sydney Sweeney. There's gotta be a brunette version of Sydney Sweeney out here.
Oh, I mean, they're out there.
There definitely is. So just look, you make her Spanish. That'll check off a bunch of boxes for you. Make Laura Croft caliente. It'll work. Trust
Fuego. You know what?
You know who could be great? How old is she though? The actress that's going to be in that Hitman movie.
Yeah.
What's her name? Looking it up. Adria Arjona. Now, I haven't been impressed with her previous work, but if she's, I'm hearing good things about Hitman, right? Why not?
Okay.
She's hot. And she's kind of got a badass vibe. She's 32. She's 5'7". She was in Morbius, and she was in Six Underground, so she knows how to do some weird ass action movies. Also, Andor, apparently. Okay. We can make this work, Adria.
My man.
Mm-hmm. No, but for real though, I think make her Spanish. You can knock off all the things you need.
Oh no, 100%, 100%. Is
badass, hot, big titties. You can make it all work. That they really should do. Selma, if you listen to me, I know technology's scary, but listen, you're gonna be okay. If she lets AI take her likeness and make a young Selma Hayek, Laura Croft,
stop it,
dude.
Stop.
You already know.
Stop it.
That would be nuts.
Stop it. I would burst through my poop. I would burst through my pleats.
Folks, call us speakpipe.com/media popcorn. Let us know. Selma Hayek, AGI generated. Laura Croft, would you go see that movie?
Basically,
And would you done in that movie theater?
the question is, how many ropes would you? Okay.
Or how many splashes would you make? You know, because we got to think about the ladies too. You know,
oh, ropes. Okay. Andy Serkis is actually set to direct and star in a new Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum. Garlic. Yes, I was thinking
garlic.
Yeah, it's all about spices. Spices. We're going straight back to the beginning. How white can it get? It's all about spices.
I mean, this is about Gollum being chased after Sauron, right? For the ring and shit. What? So this is before we got to the Lord of the Rings movies.
Is it?
Maybe didn't Gollum die?
That's what I thought.
The Return of the King. Did he have it? Like he died in the lava, holding the ring. Come on now.
I mean, it's been a minute.
Unless it's the alternate universe kind of thing. Come on now. Who are we fooling here? No one is excited about this movie.
Listen,
even with Andy Serkis returning as Gollum, which is fucking crazy that he would do that to himself.
Yeah, this is true.
Physically. Did you ever see those DVDs? So my mom used to have like the extended cuts of all three Lord of the Rings movies because she was in love with Viggo Mortensen that much. And she watched them, DVD commentary. And then I started watching the behind the scenes extra stuff they had, right? They showed Andy Serkis, like they had to film some close-ups or something. He like went to Peter Jackson's house.
Yeah, Phil Jackson. He's like, Phil, he's just like, listen, Andy.
He went to Peter Jackson's house and he had to like do the Gollum voice and shit. And he was like, do you have any lemon water? Can I get lemon water and a little bit of cayenne pepper? Like to fucking loosen up his vocals so he could do the Gollum voice over and over.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man. He's definitely gonna use AI in some capacity.
Well, of course.
That's the thing, folks. It's already here. The strikes and I'm bet you top dollar every production's using AI right now.
Yeah.
In some capacity. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm all I'm trying to say is we have so many original ideas out here. I get IP is important, but who the fuck is asking for that? They have a Lord of the Rings animated film coming out later this year. I guarantee you it bombs.
Fair.
The Amazon shows they spent like $1 billion in the fucking bombs.
Well, I mean, it's also the fact is like that IP is like what, over 20 some odd years old.
It's past.
Yeah.
Same thing I think about Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter's moment's past. They're gonna spend all this money on a series unless that series looks fucking amazing.
But you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I can't believe I'm gonna say this. You got to blame it on the Ninja Turtles, man, because they keep on reinventing it, and it keeps on making money. Every time it comes back.
Yeah. There's some franchises that like will constantly make money.
Yeah, but not
I don't
everything.
Think, not Lord of the Rings.
And honestly, now people are gonna say this is like, nah, you're going crazy with this. I think that the new oh shit, fucking wizard shit, old timey wizard shit. Oh my god, the HBO show. Oh,
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I think that the new series coming out, I don't think it's gonna do great.
House of Dragons did great.
Huh? You think
it's the second season that's coming out?
Oh, it's just the second season?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay.
The first season did great. Apparently.
Okay.
I don't think it was like Game of Thrones like epic ratings, but it's still really, really good.
Okay. I thought it wasn't gonna be like, because I think that
nothing, Justin Brown.
You're right, because I don't watch the shit.
Yeah, so you didn't even know the reference that I just did.
No. But I mean, to that point,
yeah,
it's like they continually go back to the well. Dude, and it's like no matter how long ago it came out, there's like, all right, let's just keep on going back,
They're making a Master of the Universe live action movie that's coming out in 2026. Yep. A Scooby-Doo live action series at Netflix, right? I mean, Greg Berlanti is executive producing it, but that doesn't mean he's going to be hands-on and actually working on it like he probably should be. I don't know if people are actually excited for this type of IP to come back. Like, I think it just lends to the laziness of America.
Well,
of audiences.
well,
They
hold on,
just give us something that we're so
Brandon.
familiar with.
Aaron Sorkin is making a Social Network sequel, which is all going to be about how basically social networks or Facebook led to January 6th.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wait, what?
I mean, that's something that people need to know, though,
no, and that is interesting.
because people were saying that like from the beginning. They're like, "Yo, Facebook is there's nothing good that's going to come from this."
But that being said, that is a very interesting documentary. Or if you want to turn it into a film, and you can explore that,
Yeah.
cool with it. Why is it Social Network? Why is the Social Network sequel?
Oh,
That doesn't make any
well,
sense.
no, that's because he and David Fincher have been trying to crack. They've been wanting to do that story since the first Social Network came out.
Yeah,
They've been trying to, like, they've been talking about it for a long time. And also, there is a lot of meat on those bones because the Winklevoss twins, they get into cryptocurrency. They become the first like crypto, well, not the first, but they become like crypto billionaires.
Yeah.
Like they're huge. Like I read a whole book about them because I was doing that consultantship for the Bitcoin stuff. And Eduardo Saverin, like that dude, like left the country for like tax purposes. Like there's some weird shit that happened.
What did they move to Puerto Rico?
No. Like because he has dual citizenship somewhere in like South America, I think.
Okay, because a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Like
Tati knows.
the Jake Pauls and everything. They go to Puerto Rico because they don't have to.
The
pay
fucking
taxes.
kid from Blank Check. He's a psychopath over there in cryptocurrency.
Yep.
By the way, he like is deep into Bitcoin, crazy crypto shit, and he's like a psychopath.
Of course.
I mean, he played Preston in Blank Check. He's bound to be a psycho.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the same kid? No, I'm talking about the kid from First Kid. My bad. That's a different nigga.
I mean, they're basically the same person.
Yeah. That's a different nigga.
Same person. So also on top of all of these sequels and things like that, season 2 of Wednesday is going to hit Netflix.
I thought it was already filming.
Yeah. I mean,
they just announced the filming and the cast. I'm like, I thought y'all were already deep into this, or was that just the writing?
Maybe they were.
That's
they were just
crazy. That's nuts, man.
Okay, and then
you okay?
There's something we got to talk about. We don't like the deep sea, Brandon.
Oh yeah, but this actually kind of excites me.
Yeah, but 47 meters down.
There's a third one coming out, Joe. Which, man, I'm surprised the second one did so well. But horror director Patrick Loser, who did My Bloody Valentine, so this is not going to be the best quality.
Nope.
Will be directing it. But the story will follow a father who's determined to rebuild this relationship with his daughter as they bond during a scuba diving trip in beautiful tropical waters while exploring a famous shipwreck. But soon after the descent, their master divers an accident, leaving them alone and are protected inside the labyrinth of the wreck. As tensions rise and oxygen dwindles, the pair must use their newfound bond to escape the wreck and the relentless barrage of bloodthirsty great white sharks. I think that's cool. To be swimming through a fucking Titanic-esque boat. Me and you are going to be freaking the fuck out. We got to watch it.
Me and you going to be died.
We got to watch it.
We going to be died.
We got to watch it, though, man.
I know.
We got to watch it in like the biggest screen we can find, too.
Huh?
We got to watch it like IMAX or something. We got to watch this in a big screen. It's going to be fun. I just hope the graphics look good. Because if immediately is like, that's a fake boat, that's fake sharks, like.
You know what, Brandon? I wish. And like, so guys, Brandon and I talked about doing Fearcast. So Fearcast, where, Brandon and I talk about how we don't fuck with the ocean and we think it's the scariest thing in the world. I was trying to get somebody to take us out on a boat.
Yep.
And we podcast in the middle of the ocean on a boat. And like we podcast out there. We obviously watch the movie, but I think it would be fucking crazy if like somehow, we got this film and we watched it on a boat and then podcast immediately after on that same boat. So we'll be like, what?
That's so much work.
That'd be like 3 hours on the water in the middle and at night. I want to do it at night.
Why? This doesn't even seem fun.
Fearcast, baby.
I swear to God, if we only get like 1,200 listens on that thing, I would fucking kill you.
Oh, I know it. I just want to see you sweat.
Nigga, I'll just push you in the water and you'll see some sweat. I'll push you in the water. You'll see you sweat.
You ain't gonna push me in the water. You too little.
That don't mean nothing.
And I ain't going nowhere close to the edge. You have to carry
You're
me.
gonna be on a boat.
What, you think we're gonna be on a rowboat? Nigga?
Yeah.
No. I guess we're gonna be on a fucking row. We have equipment.
What kind of boat we gonna be on?
Come on, nigga. You know. So, hey, we get a boat.
I don't need a boat. Why we need a boat?
We're not going out in the. You cannot go
That's
out.
not scary. Then we're just gonna be on a boat, sailing and shit.
Nigga. There's no
Nigga,
way.
I'm on little rowboats with there's whales. I'm not gonna be scared of that. I'm not gonna be scared about being on a regular sized boat with you holding hands at night. What the fuck am I supposed to be worried about? Besides, you try to put that hand.
Wait. So hold on.
What?
So you think that I would take you out on a
date
on a rowboat in the middle of in the middle of nowhere, far enough where we can't see land, and we're just gonna sit on a rowboat and podcast.
Yeah.
That's what you think this whole thing is, nigga. Who do you think I am?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this seems like a lot of work and really weird. And you're like, be a cat. I'm like, I'm trying to explain to you, like, this is really creepy.
It's like, I'm a murder Brandon.
Fucking bitches swimming around and singing songs and shit.
We start seeing mermaids.
Wow. Okay. All right.
What? Wow. Wait, all the fish turn into Christopher Walken?
No, but
wow.
No, that's the sound that they do in the Kiss the Girl song. Sha-la-la-la, don't be scared. Wow. Yeah, there's a
Okay, anyhow, let's go to the next thing.
Nigga, don't do this to me because that's really a thing. And you just made me seem crazy.
Yo, that is nuts.
That's fucking all right. You know what's nuts is all these fucking streamers coming together to do some bullshit. So Disney and Warner Brothers are teaming up on a bundle that offers you Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max.
Yeah.
And then the other day, I believe it's Peacock. Was it Peacock, Netflix, and Apple TV that are combining too? Yes.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
I'm fucking losing my mind over here. Just put all of it together now at this point.
Yeah.
Creatives still aren't gonna get paid. Like, we just put it all together because now it's like, okay, because now I'm technically paying for everything kind of separate.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not seeing anything about how it's going to combine those prices, right?
Yeah.
And then Peacock, Netflix, and this other one, and Apple TV. That's just, I think that kind of stuff is going to, it's necessary to consolidate these streamers, but I think it's going to overwhelm people and they're going to tap out.
Yeah.
It actually could have the reverse effect of people just being like, this is too much. Let's play in the movie theater. That's 5 things to choose from.
Yeah.
That actually could be a fucking great reversal.
Yeah.
Because I just think, like, already now I have all these apps. And, like, you know how long I spend just going through them? Unless, like, I have some deliberate I want to watch.
Yep.
We're just like, okay, what do we want to see? What do we want to see?
And you know, the other thing is, they don't really advertise very well what's coming out on your app.
Not even that, what you actually like. Matt Bellamy was talking about this on the Town movie podcast where he, like, because I like to watch Law and Order the day after it comes out on the app, right?
SVU or just
regular?
Okay.
SVU got weird with Olivia voiceover and shit. I don't like it.
Fucking SVU noir.
Yeah, she's like, I didn't know that sexual victims would haunt me on nights. Okay, well,
Silk Stalk. Fucking saxophone starts playing.
So God damn it.
This is a wild one.
What was I talking about?
SVU. You like?
Oh, Law and Order. Law and Order. I like Law and Order.
Sorry.
And I gotta search for this shit every week. It doesn't just pop up like, hey, we know you like Law and Order, so here's the newest episode. I have to go search for that Law and Order, and then the algorithm should know me by now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So some of these apps aren't even trying.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
At least Netflix kind of tries, even though it's like,
no, Netflix is by far.
Oh yeah, the streaming wars is over.
Yeah, the easiest app to navigate. Netflix should really be the only one that survives. And actually, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Netflix, Tubi, because Tubi has its own corner etched out. I think Amazon, because Amazon bundles it with Amazon Prime, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because you just pay that annual fee, you never have to worry about it.
Yeah, and there's there's so much that comes with it. It just, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
Other than that, the rest of them can kind of go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like Max. I don't like the app Max. I don't like the name, but I like the content.
Yeah.
A lot. And Hulu too.
True.
Hulu FX stuff, like really fucking good.
I
But
mean,
there's a lot of consolidation that could happen.
yeah.
A lot. There's no reason why this isn't easier for us as a consumer, but these studios keep fucking around and finding out. So I don't know what else to say. Same with that includes the next Exorcist movie, which apparently has found Mike Flanagan, who they want to direct it. He did the Life of Chuck, but I think he also didn't he do like those horror films? He coming off the Life of Chuck, the Stephen King adaptation, starring Tom Hiddleston. Okay, his prior work created the Fall of the House of Usher for Netflix, which I heard was really popular. Yeah, the Haunting of Hill House and stuff. So him doing the next Exorcist movie could be a good move in the next direction, since David Gordon Green's recent entry was disastrous to say the least. And folks, you can listen to our review. I think I think it's on the public still, or it might be behind a paywall now. It's an old enough episode.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really. You obviously go with a different kid now, right? There's no like opening to continue with that story, right? Unless the girl gets repossessed, I guess. The black girl, because the
Yeah.
white girl is gone. She
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. She downstairs.
Yeah,
Literally, she's
yeah.
downstairs. They got her.
That was terrifying. That's the only like real scary, fucked up part about that
Yeah.
was her getting dragged down with all those demons. Like Jesus,
Yeah.
she didn't deserve
It's
that.
over for her. She did.
I mean,
Her ancestors. Um,
so I mean, that guy's got a vibe. Whether or not that translates well into a feature film, let alone the Exorcist series, we'll have to wait and see. But if the court's correct, I think there's a way to salvage the franchise. But again, I just don't think this is a franchise that people were like clamoring for more from.
so, all right. Speaking of, is it gonna transfer? So James Gunn revealed like a first look at
Yeah.
David Corn Sweat. I'm sorry, as the Man of Steel, and he posted a picture on Instagram of like there's an eye, shooting lasers out seemingly at the city,
Yeah.
and like Superman sitting there just like leisurely putting on his boots, and people it's like, oh, like oh yeah, like this team's cool, but just for the character, this doesn't make sense. That I like if for the character, I'm like, I know that this is just a promotional thing, but like this goes contrary to everything this because Superman wouldn't be sitting there leisurely putting on his boots. He would be moving at the speed of light to get the fuck out there and save people.
I've heard that. I've heard that argument. I think we are going to get a very different Superman in that I think we're going to get finally because Superman, the thing that was always weird about Superman was like he was such a Boy Scout that it was kind of like annoying. And then when you go the Man of Steel route, where he's
A little bit more gruff.
like gruff and also kind of like there's just weird shit happening there. If it's kind of like, all right, that's a little bit too on the opposite. But what if you got a Superman that knows he has to do this stuff and he's just tired?
Mm.
Like that's where I get from this. I get like, fuck. I get like because that does get exhausting. Like if you have the pressure, right, of Superman, where you're like, I can't save everyone, but I have to save like who I can. That gets exhausting because it never stops, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, it's never going to stop. And I think that that's like the thing is, what does superhero burnout look like?
Mm.
That could be an interesting angle, actually.
What's that movie with fucking Will Smith back in the day?
Oh, Hitchcock?
Yeah, Hitchcock.
Or Hancock?
Hancock.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. I mean, I think about I always love that scene in what was it, Spider-Man 2, where he like retired, like he like throws away the suit.
Yeah.
And then that one dude's getting bugged and he just keeps eating his hot dog.
Yeah, it's like
because at some point you gotta be like, dude, I ain't going I'm not
like, I
I'm not
gotta live my life.
Yeah.
I gotta live my life.
So I mean, I think there's multiple interpretations about what this picture is, but for me, that's what I took from it. It's like I'm fucking tired, man.
Yeah, I just think it's just a weird. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing, and it's also suits kind of baggy. And I see a little baggy, and I was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know if this is it.
That's the problem with just releasing stills. Is just I'm gonna wait and see, because I think Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan from Marvelous Miss Maisel, thinks she's an inspired choice as Lois Lane. So I'm curious just to see what her dynamic is with this guy as Clark Kent and Superman, and how they play that, because that's also been another thing that drove me crazy. Mystery Man was the first movie ever, like the first time I ever heard anyone actually talk about, like, it doesn't make sense. He just puts off his glasses and he's Superman.
Yeah,
and people don't tell that it's the same person. It's fucking crazy. Speaking of crazy, Mr. and Mrs. Smith has been renewed for season 2, but stars Maya Erskine and Donald Glover are not expected to return, which is very interesting. Francesca Sloan will return as a showrunner. I think she did a really good job with that. And Donald Glover still credited as co-creator and executive producer. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Did you watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
no.
So it does start off with a different couple. I'm not going to tell you who the stars are, and then Donald Glover and and Maya take over. So it's possible they could just redo that to get another couple, like mixed match and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people, particularly on Black Twitter, posting Nicole Bahari and Yahya Madul Abdeen. I might have mixed up some of those letters. But then some people started flipping and saying Nicole Bahari and Dev Patel, which I think is really inspired. I'm like, that could be cool and sexy as fuck as Nicole Bahari. Folks, if you haven't seen, what's it, Miss Juneteenth, you got to get on that. You got to get on that. Sorry, she's just so fucking hot. So talented too. She's a great actress as well. But yeah, Miss Juneteenth, that's the one. Yep.
Yep.
So we did watch a few trailers, Justin. First off, Clipped, which I didn't even know they were making this show about the fucking Clippers with the whole Roger Sterling shit. Lawrence Fishburne as Doc Rivers is nuts. That's fucking nuts. Crazy.
That's
what kind of works.
What? No, the moment I saw him, I'm just like, that's weird. It's very like, it just jumps right off the screen to you. It's like, whoa, what's happening right now?
It's kind of crazy. But I'm interested in it. I mean, FX, they usually do well with like these kind of like reenactments.
Series.
Yeah.
I mean, also Ed O'Neill, great Ed O'Neill.
It's Roger Sterling.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I'm interested.
Jackie Weaver as his wife and shit.
To be totally honest, I'm actually most excited about watching Ed O'Neill in that role. Because Ed O'Neill, great at comedy.
Yeah.
And like, he also plays a real good dirtbag.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think that he's gonna bring a lot of gravitas to that role. So like I'm excited to see what he does. The rest of it, I was just like, once I saw Lawrence Fishburne, I was just like, boy.
I mean, he kind of looks like him, just like, if Doc had like a stung by a bee. Speaking of assholes, The Boys season 4 is coming back, and they just released a final trailer for the season. Looks fucking nuts. And just reminds you that this is probably going to end badly for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to die viciously.
Yes.
But I think we're going to see some big deaths this season. I think we're going to say goodbye to a few folks that we've come to like or enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe even appreciate their acting just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You say Mother's Milk? Is he leaving?
Well, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but if it's close to the comics, it's going to happen eventually.
True.
That's how I know everything goes really bad. Like, if you know what happens in the comics, like, this is not a happy ending for majority of the cast. But yeah, it looks cool. Looks a lot of fun. I'm curious to see what kind of sexual deviancy is going to happen, because that always happens.
This is true.
And these fucking
superheroes, you got some wild
fucking some weird fucking shit, man. The last time we saw a dude shrink himself into the dude's dick and then he blew up. That was nuts.
Yeah, because he sneezed.
That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
No, he was in his ass.
No, he was in his dick.
He was in his dick. You're right. He was in his dick. Okay. As the who asked for this pick of the trailer section, Mufasa. Who asked for this?
Yeah, I was very surprised when I saw Donald Glover, Beyonce, and Blue Ivy as their daughter, the voice of the daughter.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, this is like a prequel sequel. And for me now, I'm like, okay, the Barry Jenkins, Academy Award winning Barry Jenkins,
Mm-hmm.
didn't he sign on to do this? Because this actually might be like the Godfather 2 of a Lion King.
Mm.
Like this could be like a sequel. Like here's the shit that he has to deal with from his father and stuff like that, and then we see the prequel
Yeah.
of the dad. I think there's a way that they can make that work. And Barry Jenkins has said, like, you know, I love the Lion King, and I get it too. Like, I love the Lion King when it came out, and if I had an opportunity, like, you know, I'm like looking for my next project, and someone's like, "What do you think about Mufasa?" And I'll be like, "Get to work with cool technology. I get to work with one of my favorite film series." I hope that he had a great idea because it's really wild to follow the Underground Railroad with this. That's really weird. So I feel like he has a story to tell, and I'm hoping that it's worth the juice.
Well, it's also like if
That
you
juice
listen,
is worth the squeeze.
so if you listened, to the trailers, it's like a king who came from nothing and rose to him. It's like, okay, so it's just like he wasn't even going to be the king, and then he became the. It was like, all right, well, so what is going on here? Well, it's just I don't know.
So I try to make this into a bit,
Mm,
and it just went over people's heads because I know people saw the trailer.
mm,
So apparently, when a lion does that, when a lion takes over a pride, do you know what that means?
yeah.
He fucking murders all the cubs
Yes.
and takes out the men
Yes.
and then fucks all the women.
Uh-huh.
Like he literally is like, I'm head nigga in charge. Everyone gonna get it.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So that means if Mufasa, that's the way he did it. I mean,
There's a reason why Scar don't like him.
yeah, he deserved that fucking pride.
Like, yeah, he is not the good guy in this.
Scar, oh man, Scar got that scar because he was trying. He's like, don't fuck my wife.
Help me, help me.
So
I'm your brother.
So
I'm your
Robbie,
brother.
you knew I was. So Robbie, you were my first.
So Robbie, help me.
Really? You know he killed our kids because he wanted the pride for himself. That fucking elephant graveyard's actually got a bunch of fucking cubs in the bottom of the.
That's all Mufasa. That's Mufasa's graveyard. All his victims. He's just like, yo, I had to take out a whole team of niggas. Mufasa style.
Barry Jenkins, if you give us that movie, sir, I will.
Listen, I will
personally go to your house and shake your head.
Yo, I will voice whoever you need me to voice, but I will voice them as Charlie Murphy. But I mean, listen, we could send them some money to Charlie Murphy's estate, but just let me do that. Let me come in and just be like, listen, niggas. Yeah, sometimes the lion got to kill some motherfucker.
That's supposed to be Charlie Murphy? What the fuck was that? That was pure madness.
It is madness.
Okay.
It is madness.
You know what else is madness?
Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai being split into 3 parts. Fuck you, Cobra Kai.
So, all right. So they're doing, what is it?
Who are they fighting?
So,
Big joint forces.
Starts in July.
Yes.
Then the next one is in November.
And then 2025.
And then 2025. So I think the 2025
it's going to lead into the movie, right?
It's going to lead into the movie.
Yeah, probably. Because Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jaden Smith probably like they're going to probably do something. It makes sense, right? Because it would be nice to get like, you know, the final episode and then maybe you have a few of them pop up in the movie as cameos and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Continue the story. Let's keep going. Because this story is definitely worn out its welcome. And also, like, when I saw this little teaser that they had, I'm like, fuck you for making me make me try to believe. Okay, Robbie and Miguel having to like come together because their parents are probably gonna get married because they're about to have a little, you know, mixed baby. Okay, I can buy
Mixed babies.
I can buy them like because their fight just escalated to another level. Like Robbie didn't mean to fucking paralyze Miguel, right? Yeah. I can get over that.
Even though he came back from that paralysis like a champ.
Yeah.
Go on.
I can get over that. But I'll be goddamn if you trying to make me reconcile with a nigga from Cobra Kai who threw me through a window, who terrorized my the fact that they have Miguel and the Asian dude who's secretly 35, chumming it up and stuff. I'm like, this dude made your life a living hell. He beat the shit out of you.
He did.
After he knew you've been paralyzed, bro.
He did.
Like, people forget that they broke and entered the fucking
The Russo
the Russo
compound.
house and beat the shit out. They were fucking rocking.
Home invasion. Go ahead.
Who are they fighting? Are they fighting adults now?
No, because
The little
No.
black kid, but like, how many people in this town are going to learn karate?
Cobra Kai has gone national.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So they're going to be bringing in niggas from all over the place.
It's like, yo,
Oh my God. Imagine there's a black Cobra Kai in Chicago. That comes through.
but niggas doing fucking split kicks and fucking shooting niggas in the ankles. Like, what's going on?
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. Just a bunch of black dudes rocking.
Yeah, but
Miguel Robbie, like, even if we join forces, we would take these.
yeah,
niggas.
it's like, yo, there's way too many blacks. They're way too athletic. They're way too athletic for this shit.
Oh, sweet God.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing. You go to a karate tournament, you go to a karate tournament and you step on the mat, the white kids, like if you step on the mat as a black kid and like and you look the part, the white kids want no parts of you. They want no parts of you. They immediately want out. Yeah. I did no, but it's true though.
Yeah.
Because
you think Odell Stubbs never you think he always made that's an inside media popcorn joke for you.
Yeah, deep cut.
That's a deep cut.
No, but it's like from what I've seen, like, you know, or like the martial arts tournaments and fights, things like that. A lot of the times you go to these places and the guy who's like, you know, the hot shot is like, oh, I'm the best over there. All of a sudden, they, you know, when they do like national stuff, you know, you're getting more competition from around the country, and they see like, oh, that athletic black dude, they want no parts of him, no parts of him. They get afraid immediately. All these kids would like the mental game, they would lose as soon as like you get a whole group of athletic black kids gonna pop in, like it would be over. Like that's Cobra Kai. They want no parts of that shit. It's like, it's just from what I've always seen. They get real sheepish, and then they try to find reasons not to fight those kids.
Is that why, even though the black kids like half their size, they're all shook by him?
Yeah,
he's over here slapping the fuck out of these kids,
which is nuts.
he beat the shit out of Daniel LaRusso's kid,
bro. This absolutely nuts because.
All right,
we need to stop doing this because I'm starting. What's the dude that was the grown adult that was fighting all these kids?
Oh, Uncle Magic.
What?
Yeah, Uncle Magic, right?
I'm talking. About
the Cobra Guy. Oh, Paul Walter Hauser's character.
Yeah, I forgot his name. Stingray. Is this like? Like, I don't know what the hell he is. I was like, Uncle Magic. I was like, what?
You really was old enough to kids.
Like, Uncle Magic, obviously. Uncle Magic. I'm talking about some magic nigga. No,
you're telling me, Smalls.
I feel like every time we talk about Cobra Kai, I go Stingray moment. Like, I would fuck these kids.
Yeah, you gotta finish that sentence without laughing.
I just fuck these kids up. I say I would fuck these kids.
You started laughing before you sit up. Okay. All right. We did watch the trailer for Wicked, this upcoming musical directed by John Chu. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing, folks. Wicked is, unless they change their strategy, Wicked's going to be 2 parts, and they're not telling people that.
Yeah.
So you're going into this movie thinking you're going to see the whole caboodle, and it's only going to probably be the first act. So just be aware. It looks great.
It does look great.
It looks great.
Did you see Wicked?
I did not see it on Broadway.
It's
I heard it. It's great.
Fantastic.
It coming from you. That means that it's worth your attention because you do not like musicals.
No. I like musicals on stage. I don't like them on film.
Ah, okay.
But like Wicked on stage was fantastic to the point where like I could watch this.
Okay. Ariana Grande looks weird without the fillers.
Yeah.
Apparently she started getting them when she was really young, which is not good.
Well, I mean, very let's just shut up. It's not even
that's not good.
Because we're gonna go dark.
But you know what, it does look good. A Quiet Place Day One just released their latest trailer. Still looks very thrilling.
Yes.
Although it does feel like it could potentially just be an extended version of the first 10 minutes of A Quiet Place 2.
Fair.
I'm hoping it will be a little bit deeper than that, and we'll actually get some real insight about these creatures and stuff. But nonetheless, I'll still be there. The only question is now, Justin.
Yeah.
Well, actually, because when I saw Quiet Place Part Two, I believe Quiet Place Part Two might have been the first movie I saw. I don't want to say post pandemic, but like when the coast was clear to go see a movie.
Mm.
And people were quiet. Because I was going to ask you, do you think people are going to be quiet and shut the fuck up like they were the previous Quiet Place movies?
I think so because they created a particular world that's just like very is like this
Well,
this is a viewing experience.
Well, for a while, actually, that probably wouldn't even kick into the third act too, right? Because the first act is going to be New York City, bustling, hustling, bustling.
True.
And then, I mean, just again, being in New York City with those kind of creatures that are sound sensitive, that's a bad place to be.
God forbid they end up in Washington Heights.
I mean, there's definitely got to be at least some people shooting at these things
Oh yeah, no,
in the
100%,
city.
100%.
Whether I mean,
It's not gonna work,
aside,
but
cops
yeah.
aside, but like it's got to be somebody.
Yeah.
Well, bullets do work on them because remember the daughter was using a shotgun on them.
No, you got to have that.
Oh, you have to have the thing that like makes her things exposed and stuff.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Right. Speaking of being exposed, Megalopolis has finally released a little teaser trailer, the Francis Ford Coppola movie.
What did you say?
Megalopolis?
Okay.
What do you think I said?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, they released a little teaser for us. Stats cast got Adam Driver, Juan Carlos Esposito. You got old girl from uh, Parks and Rec. Why am I blanking on her name? Aubrey Plaza. You got Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm.
You got John Voight for some reason.
Yep, somewhere in there.
Stat cast. And I'm like, I have no idea what this movie is about.
Brandon,
I've heard
I was
a
waiting
lot of wild
you.
shit.
I was waiting for you to finish. So I was like, what's it about?
No idea. No idea. It looks cuckoo fucking bananas. But that's part for the course. It's Francis Ford Coppola. He's out of his goddamn mind.
Look who his son is.
That's his nephew.
Nephew, sorry. I mean his family. His family.
I mean, his family, man. You know his like great nephew is, right? Or his nephew?
No.
Jason Schwartzman.
Really?
Jason Schwartzman's mom is the chick who played Adrian on Rocky.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, did I know?
See, you learn something new every day, baby.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. Speaking of babies, the Acolyte, which is a baby of the Star Wars universe, also released a trailer. Some more cool, hidden Jedi action and stuff like that. Amanda Sterling Berg from
Amanda Seals. Wow, she's in this one.
Nah, but she's from Bodies is the lead in this, and I gotta say, she looks great in those braids and slicing up Jedi's. Pretty sexy. I'm into it. And then the main dude from Squid Games is in it. Speaking in English. That's interesting.
It's gonna be an interesting film. I feel like
it was a series.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, a series. But it seems like if you read the comments, people are not here for this.
Yeah,
but I think people are just very off of Star Wars.
Yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up bad. Like, occasionally I'll watch the John Boyega like reaction to the Star Wars Episode 7 trailer, and I remember that moment being like, "Oh my god!" Like, I finally feel like I'm represented in Star Wars. And they honey did the fuck out of me.
Yeah, they did.
Like, and I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel that way about other different characters, right?
That could have been me, man.
That
could have been honey dicking you. I could have been honey dicking you.
That's crazy. Because they were just like looking for black male. They were specifically looking for a black male for that role. But that means that they never fully intended to make that role be
what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's insane.
But you know what? The funny thing is, when I read that script, I didn't think it was going to be what everybody else thought it was going to be.
Well, you didn't get the whole script.
Yeah, but from what I got from the script, nothing told. Like, I was just like, this, when everybody was saying, it's like, oh, I'm just like, no, he's not. Just like, and like, now, that.
Oh, you mean about his character?
Yeah, about the character. Like, what everyone was hoping and wishing that character is going to be from the piece that I got, that I auditioned with, I was just like I could tell it wasn't going to be what it was. I mean, obviously because of, the way she, like, I kept that shit to myself, but I didn't have that lofty expectation.
Yeah. I kept that shit to myself
because I had to sign a NDA.
Well, folks, that's our movie reactions, and movie news, all that stuff. Mini episode. Again, let us know what you think of these episodes. Let us know on social media, Medium P Podcast. Just send us a tweet or a message or something like that. Let us know that you like these episodes. If not, we'll just go back to our regular scheduled programming, doing the regular reviews.
You hurt my feelings.
Yeah. And hit me up at Frodo_Blackens, primarily on Instagram and Threads and stuff. And then come out for Drum Black History on Wednesday, June 19th at Littlefield in Brooklyn. We're going to be celebrating the holiday and having some drinks. You can get tickets at drumblackhistory.com. And Justin, if people want to follow you as well as support the show financially, what can they do, my brother?
Well, guys, if you want to support me, you want to follow me, you're just going to go to Jay Brown Did It on the socials, okay? But if you want to support this show, you want to be a part of this show, you want to get bonus episodes, you want to get mini episodes, you want to get our entire backlog, which is on Patreon. You go to patreon.com/medium popcorn. We have $2, $5, $10, $15, and $15 packages on there. So you could go there and you can check out this show, support this show, and make this show even better than it already is for you, okay?
Why did you slowly descend into Denzel?
What are you talking about?
I hate you so much. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Peace.
All right, marathon is done.
Medium popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me. And Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault.